Hey guys, welcome to another video. Today I'm going to be kicking off my new manga overview series, and I'm going to be doing this season 2 on Fullmetal Alchemist, one of my favorite series of all time. Super amazing anime, probably an even better. I do like the manga better, honestly. So I did do a season 1 on this series on One Piece, which took quite a long time. But I had already decided that I was going to be doing Fullmetal Alchemist for season 2. It was between Naruto and Fullmetal Alchemist, but I just thought that Fullmetal Alchemist was a bit of a more interesting series, in my opinion, because Naruto is huge. It would probably take me like a month and a half to do this one, but this one's probably gonna take me like maybe 2 weeks. It's a pretty short series. I know there's 2 different versions of this manga. I do have the entirety of the Full Metal edition. I keep stumbling over my words. Fullmetal Alchemist. But I did decide on collecting like these deluxe hardcovers because, one, I'm a sucker for hardcovers, and it looks so good on the shelf with the spines. It's got this metallic finish for the printing on the letters. You can see here on the spine. Fullmetal Alchemist, Volume 1 by Hiromu Arakawa. So, this is one of the few mangakas that are actually female. I know there's a couple out there, but none have really made a difference in the anime community aside from Hiromu Arakawa and I forgot her name, the lady who created Sailor Moon. Just incredible artists and authors. Just they did so much for this medium. And it's kind of crazy because the lady that's behind Sailor Moon, she's actually married to Yoshihiro Togashi, who's the author behind Yu Yu Hakusho and Hunter x Hunter, which I thought was really interesting. But yeah, this is Fullmetal Alchemist with the art and story made by Hiromu Arakawa. So this manga did begin serialization in Monthly Shonen Gangan, which is like a Square Enix property. So Fullmetal Alchemist is a Square Enix thing, or a Square, whatever you want to call it. So it's not Shonen Jump. That I think that's what most people think because it's so popular. But I feel like at the same time, people don't know about it as much as other things, like obviously Naruto and Dragon Ball. But for what it is, it's incredibly popular. I feel like everybody and their mom has seen the anime, especially. But this did begin serialization in 2001 and ended after 9 years in 2010. And there are 2 different animes. I know that's a very like popular topic in anime. Like, which one is better between the original and the remake? So there is an original Fullmetal Alchemist anime that came out in 2003, and I think it ended in like a year later with like 50 episodes. But that anime caught up to the manga too quick, which meant they had to come up with an entirely new storyline towards the end. And I've heard a lot of people say that it isn't really that great. But they did decide to remake this anime under a new name, Fullmetal Alchemist Brotherhood, which came out in 2009, I believe. It might have been 2008 or 2009, and then it ended in, I want to say 2 years after that, or maybe a year and a half. Because Fullmetal Alchemist isn't exactly the longest series. And I think it ended around the same time the manga did. But yeah, Fullmetal Alchemist, one of my favorite series of all time. So now I'll go ahead and talk about my history with the series. I'll go ahead and start with how I found out about this series. So I think it's like around 5 years now when I first watched this series, Brotherhood. I actually, a while before that, when I first started getting into anime, I had a friend of mine. She recommended me to watch Fullmetal Alchemist. And she told me to watch the original specifically. So I was like, okay, I'll watch the original. And I didn't really like it so much. I dropped it after a couple episodes. But then that's when I found out that that there were two different animes. There was, the original, and then there was the remake. So I said, I'm go ahead and try out the Fullmetal Alchemist Brotherhood, and I got hooked like that. I had no idea what the premise was. I had no knowledge about this series, mind you. Just this kid over here had a metal arm. I didn't even know about his metal leg. About Ed's. I forgot what it's called. I can't remember the name of the prosthetics that they use. You can hear my dog in the background. She's having a dream. But yeah, I went ahead and started watching Fullmetal Alchemist Brotherhood. I fell in love with the series almost immediately, and I finished it like within a week because I think Brotherhood has like 60 episodes. It's not such a long series. But yeah, I instantly fell in love with it. So that was like 5 years ago now. One of the very first animes I actually got into. But it wasn't one of the very first ones that I actually started collecting. So I actually started off my collection with My Hero Academia, and then it snowballed from there. I actually started collecting Fullmetal Alchemist about a year ago now. Like I said, I've always loved this series. It holds a special place in my heart. I'm a huge fan of it. I especially love Arakawa's art style. I know a lot of people might say it's kind of basic and not, unique enough, but I think she's an amazing artist and an even better storyteller, in my opinion. You'll see more of that, just me gushing about this series. I love it so much. But I did start collecting this about a year ago. I found out that they had hardcovers, so I was like, I'm gonna start collecting this series in the hardcovers, because there are single volumes. They have it in a big box set, so that's your thing. You can go ahead and get the single volumes just like that in one go. Collect the entire series. 26 volumes, I believe. You can probably find it on Amazon or something. But these are more expensive, of course, and they're a little bit scarce. I remember I had quite a tough time collecting these, actually. So I did end up grabbing the first one, of course. I saw it from the corner of my eye when I was at the Barnes & Noble. I was like, Fullmetal Alchemist. Well, I think I'll go ahead and pick it up. Instantly I was going to start collecting this series. But yeah, just over the course of a couple months, I began to collect it gradually. So I do have the first 3 volumes, 1, 2, and 3, of course. And I love the volume covers, or just the covers for this deluxe hardcovers especially. So each cover has a different character on it. The first one, of course, has Ed Elric. The second one has his brother Alphonse Elric, and then probably my favorite character in the series, the third one has Roy Mustang on it. But yeah, I love the way these covers look. So you can see here it's got like a metallic printing for the title, and up here it says the Full Metal edition. So it's I really like that title, Full Metal, right? It's Full Metal. I love hardcovers. I'm a sucker for hardcovers. I had to start collecting this series. But I think this is original artwork done by Arakawa for these hardcovers specifically. Because you can tell that the art is a bit more sharpened. You can see all the way back here. This is the beginning of the series. Of course, it looks not quite as polished. It gets better quick. The art style, it gets gradually better over the course of the series, which I think is really interesting. But that goes without saying for most manga artists, because this is their life. They draw all the time, constantly, so they're gonna get better quick over time. But I love Hiromu Arakawa's art style. I think it's really great, and I especially love the way she draws metal. I can't. It's on the tip of my tongue. I'm just gonna call it prosthetics. The way she does the prosthetics in the manga, really great art. So it wraps all the way around to the back. You can see Ed holding his arm out, and then the alchemist symbol or something like that. I think that's what it is. And I'm not sure if you can see it. There it is. But it's got like a transmutation circle on the back, which it's a really amazing touch. And then it's got the metallic lettering on the spine. So I'll show you guys right now how this looks on the shelf, because it looks, for lack of a better word, it looks beautiful, honestly. I really like the way it looks on the shelf. So yeah, like over time, I ended up getting the entirety of the series. So there's 26 single volumes, and I think it might be two volumes slammed into one, or a little bit less than that, because there's 18 hardcovers, but there's 26 volumes. So it's not exactly 2-in-1s, you know? It would say that, but they branded it under Fullmetal edition. I'll just go ahead and show you guys the other ones that I have up here. So this one does have Ed's brother Al on the front here, and then of course it wraps around the back, and then it's got the blood seal. And then this one has Roy Mustang on it, and then they all do this. They all wrap around the back like that, and it's got his fire snapping, whatever you call it. But I had such a blast going through this series again. I feel like if you're interested in this series, definitely watch the anime first, because the anime is honestly perfect. I know it has a reputation for being the perfect anime, but at the same time, nothing can realistically be perfect. But the anime is honestly really close. It's animated by Bones, and it's got amazing animation. It's got amazing pacing, even better voice talent, especially for the dub. I've heard a lot of people praising the dub. But yeah, the anime is really great. Go ahead, and if you want to watch the original, go ahead. I'm not stopping you, but if you want to get the author's original vision, read or watch Brotherhood first, Fullmetal Alchemist Brotherhood, and then read the manga if you really want to. So I'll go ahead and put these guys up on the shelf and then show you guys what it looks like, because it honestly looks really great. It's like a spectacle on your shelf. So that's how all of it looks. There's 18 hardcover volumes. I'm really excited to go over this series, because Fullmetal Alchemist is honestly kind of a special case. It's very popular, but at the same time, people, you mention it, right, and they'll be like, Fullmetal Alchemist, what is that? And then you're like, oh, you've never heard of Fullmetal Alchemist? It's great, you know, watch the anime. But for real, watch the anime. It's a really great adaptation. Sorry about that. It looked kind of dusty. But yeah, that was my introduction to my manga overview series on Fullmetal Alchemist by Hiromu Arakawa. Amazing series. I'm so excited to go over this with you guys, and I hope you guys will follow through my journey and stay tuned. And I'll see you guys in the next video. Most likely gonna be whatchamacallit, part 1 officially. This is gonna be an introduction, or part 0, I guess. But yeah, stuff to look out for. I am going to be getting the Gear 5 Luffy SH figure art soon, most likely in the next couple weeks. I don't think I put it down for like 5-day shipping, or, you know, whatever, like emergency EMS, I think that's what it's called. But yeah, I'll see you guys in the next one, and peace.